Talkmaster está siempre contigo, en el metro, en casa o en el trabajo. Practica donde quieras, cuando quieras, desde entrevistas hasta negociaciones. Mejora tu inglés con nuestra inteligencia artificial adaptativa. Entra en talkmaster.es, descarga la app y prueba gratis durante una semana. Tú decides cómo y cuándo mejorar.
Everyone has a story to tell, and every Saturday afternoon, we want to bring you one. I'm Linda, and every week we meet interesting people who share funny, surprising, and memorable stories from their lives, all in English. This show is for people who want to enjoy real English conversations in a relaxed and fun way. So whether you're learning English or just love hearing good stories, you're in the right place. Every episode, our guests will talk about their life experiences, how they learned English, how they adapted to Spain, maybe some embarrassing moments, unexpected adventures, and much more. So grab a coffee, maybe a beer, who knows, maybe something stronger, and relax, and let's hear today's story. So today I'm with a dear friend of mine. She's here from Miami and Colombia.
Yep.
Her name's Valery. We've been friends for, I'm going to say, about 10 years now.
Yeah, more or less.
And I have to tell you, when I first met you, I thought you were kind of scary.
Seriously, you always say that. Please explain why I'm not scary.
Well, you're not scary now, but in that moment, like, I would meet you up at the schoolyard when we were picking up the girls, and you didn't have like a very pleasant face. Like, you looked like you didn't want to be there, and you didn't want to talk to me.
Well, I didn't.
You didn't want to be there, as in school, as in Spain. Tell me about it.
All of it. But hold on. But say how I'm not scary and how we're still friends.
Oh, no, now you're not scary. Now we're super good friends. And you're like my ally here because for me, you're American.
Yeah.
And it's always nice.
I was born in Colombia, in Barranquilla, but I moved to the U.S. when I was like 3 years old. So I grew up in Miami. And Miami now is a very Latin American city, but it used to not be that way. It used to be regular.
Really?
Well, yeah, at least back then, people that lived in Miami that came from other Latin American countries adapted to the U.S.
Okay.
Now the city has adapted to the Latin American.
Now you don't even need to speak.
You don't even need to
English
speak English
in Miami.
You don't. But when I was growing up in Miami, speaking Spanish was looked down upon.
Really?
Yeah. So I had to speak Spanish at home, but outside of my home I wouldn't because it was where are you from? Yeah.
Now you go to a store in Miami and you actually have to speak Spanish because no one speaks English.
Yeah. So Miami's changed a lot.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I grew up in Miami and I went to college in Miami. So I did everything. The whole, from elementary school to middle school to high school. I only lived in Colombia for a year and a half, which was the end of high school, that I worked on the radio and I worked in TV and I did a bunch of stuff when I was 17 and 18 years old.
Wait, what did you do on TV?
I had a TV show that was on Sundays at 12:30, and it was kind of like an MTV kind of thing. So I would, it was because it was linked to a radio station and in Colombia, and I was like the presenter. And
what was it called? What was the show called?
It was called La Locomotora. And I did like extreme sports. And
you did extreme sports, or you presented extreme sports?
No. I presented them, but then I also had to do them. So there was like simple things from scuba diving to skydiving to bungee jumping.
Wait, you've skydived before?
Yes, I have.
So you jumped out of an airplane?
I did.
How do you say skydiving in Spanish?
Paracaidismo? O sea,
I don't know. ¿Te tiras desde un avión?
Te tiras de paracaídas. No, but you have to be wearing something, dude.
No, I know.
Un avión like
that would be called suicidio.
Yeah.
So you did that?
I did that. And then what I would do is that we would record like, we would film on like Thursday after school. Mm-hmm. And I wouldn't tell my father.
Why?
Because then it would come, when it would air on Sunday, I couldn't tell him what I was doing. And then once I would watch it on Sunday, I would be sitting next to him. So
you were like, look, I'm still alive.
I'm fine. I'm here. Like, I wouldn't have any permission. It was fun. And then nothing. And then I went back to Miami and I went to Florida International University. And then I decided that, I wanted to live somewhere far away, far, far away. But I needed it either to have English language or Spanish so that I wouldn't have to learn the language to continue my college. And so I moved to Sydney, to Australia.
That's pretty far away.
It's far.
Yeah,
it's far. And I moved to Sydney and I graduated from Sydney Uni.
How long were you in Sydney?
for a year and a half. And it was when the year 2000.
Yeah.
So the whole, from 99 to 2000, I was there. So we switched from 1999 to 2000 before anybody else.
Oh, that's right. Oh, wow. That's so awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
And so when were you, okay, so I remember that you had a singing career. Was that in Australia? That was after.
That was way after.
So you've had like 25 lifetimes in one.
Yeah, and now I'm just a mom.
No, you're not. Well, that's the hardest job of all.
Yeah, it is. I've got 3 of them, so yeah.
Yeah. So you have 3 little girls.
I have 3 little girls, and because of them, or because of my older one, is how we met.
Yeah.
When I was scary.
Well, now you're not scared. I think it was just a scary época. It was a scary time in my life because I met my husband, who's great, and he's Spanish, very, very Spanish. And he lived here. So when I met him and we fell in love and whatnot, I had to stay here. So when I met you, I had a 3-year-old baby, and I was like, I don't want to live here. Yeah. And
also Madrid had become, or I was interpreting it like a very hostile place.
But why hostile? Because you hadn't met your friends yet?
Because I hadn't made any friends. My husband has a lot of friends, but you know, the wives were really nice, but they were younger than me and had just different lives.
Right.
And so I didn't feel like I had much in common with them, even though they were great.
No, and sometimes it's hard when you inherit your friends and you don't necessarily make them on your own, you know, that are similar to you or, you know, so I think that's always hard. And then slowly you started making your own group of friends and adapting.
Then I put my girls in an international school where things changed because I would be standing waiting for my kid to come out, and you were standing next to me.
I was.
And you back then were married to a Spanish guy as well, and you also had adapted, and you also this. So you say that I helped you, but you helped me.
Well, we helped each other, I think.
And then we met our Argentinian clan that are awesome. and then we have other friends like from Venezuela. Just my world began to become more familiar to me.
Right.
Than when I first arrived and I only had access to or had only met Spanish, you know, people. But now some of my closest friends are Spanish.
Yeah.
You know.
No, me too. I think it's nice because the same thing happens to you. We have like a mix of all people from all over.
From all over.
You know, and everyone's so different. You know, I mean, we have the Argentinians that are like super loud and fun. And then,
they're awesome.
Yeah. And then I have my Spanish friends that some of them are a bit more quiet, you know, and a bit of everything.
And then the Venezuelans that are super fun.
Yeah.
And what I don't have is that many Colombian friends. I only have one.
Really?
Nati, the one you know.
Yeah, but for me, it's weird because I know you're Colombian, but I see you as American.
Yeah.
So I tell people like my American friend Valery.
Yeah, and your American friend Valery, her last name is Salazar.
I know. In Miami and Philadelphia, where I'm from, couldn't be more different.
Miami and Philadelphia are completely different.
Which you have not been yet to Philadelphia.
I have not been, but I'm going to go because I want to run the steps, the Rocky Balboa steps.
Because your daughters are
because
fans
my daughters are obsessed with Rocky Balboa. I don't know. I think people should watch that movie, like that whole, the first and the second. They're amazing movies when you watch them now.
Really? And
Yes.
I think it's so funny that your daughters love these movies. And so you have like how old's Kai Kai now?
8.
8.
But she jumps up and down and she's like, Mom, I love Rocky. And I really don't like Apollo. And I don't know why they became friends.
Do you remember I brought you the Rocky t-shirts for all 3 of them?
Yeah.
Now, Philadelphia's a great city, but it's a very traditional American city, you know? Like I grew up.
Let me ask you something. The other day, I'm planning a trip to the U.S. to take my girls to see Vermont and New York and stuff. And one of the cities that surrounds Vermont, that's close to Vermont, is Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not going to like this. But some of my friends are like, Philadelphia?
But why?
Why are you going to go see Philadelphia?
But they've probably never been there. Are these Spanish friends that have never been to Philadelphia?
No. They're American friends. But they're like, you know, if you put in Vermont, or whatever, or Boston, Washington, D.C., New York City, you really want to go to Philadelphia? And I'm like, one of my best friends is from there. She loves it. She talks about Bradley Cooper. She talks about Taylor
Grace
Swift.
Kelly.
She talks about who?
Grace Kelly.
Like all these people are from Philadelphia. But people doesn't have a good rap. I think it has to be, maybe it's like what it looks like.
I mean, it's not like a safe city outside of certain neighborhoods.
Okay.
You know, but I feel like that's happened in a lot of American cities, you know?
True.
But it is the birthplace of the United States, Philadelphia.
Okay.
You know, it's where we declared independence, where we signed the Constitution. So it has a lot of history. It's where Benjamin Franklin lived, you know.
Who's that?
George Washington. So it is a city that has a lot of history. And it's worth a visit. I mean, you don't have to go a week, but maybe 2 or 3 days. And then also have a Philly cheesesteak, which your husband is going to love.
That's my husband's favorite sandwich.
Well, he's one of the best cooks I've ever met.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And he says that's his favorite sandwich in the world.
We have to have an authentic one.
Yeah. I think we're going to go just to go up the Rocky Balboa steps and to have the Philly cheesesteak sandwich, and then we'll move on.
And get back on the train, go somewhere else.
Get back on the train and go somewhere else.
I think that's enough time in Philly.
But it does have a bad rap. So does Miami. Miami also has a bad rap.
You think?
Yes, I
like
think so.
because of its flat, like because it's flashy, or
yeah.
How do you say flashy in Spanish? Ostentoso.
Hortera.
Maybe.
So.
Yeah.
Miami also has a bad reputation, especially now because after COVID, Miami switched to a lot of people from other places came to live in Miami because of the weather and because during COVID there was no rules in Miami and whatnot. So it's just not what it used to be. Yeah. At least South Beach and all this, and it's all about, you know, the cars and the Benjamins.
When general real estate in Miami has gone crazy, right?
It's gone crazy, and now you could have a Philly cheesesteak sandwich for about, you know, I don't know, $120 or something
crazy.
Like that. So things aren't as authentic as they were before in Miami.
Right.
With the whole Latin melting pot, now it's a little different. So.
Plus you have all the people from New York and Philly that have gone there, you know, for tax reasons or whatever reason, and the weather.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, it's still my hometown, but I don't look forward to going as much as I used to.
Really? Do your daughters feel American when they go? I
mean, they were born there. They were born in Miami, mostly because I had my mom and I still had my health insurance and my doctor and everything. So I flew there to have them, but that's about it.
Yeah.
My daughters are half Spanish, half Colombian.
Right.
But they go to an international school and they speak more English than they do Spanish because I'm the person they talk to the most.
And you speak to them in English.
I speak to them in English, but I don't speak to them in English for them to have the English language. I speak to them in English because I can.
Right.
You know?
But when you're by yourself, do you think in English or Spanish?
It depends on... Now I'm beginning to dream in Spanish, but I used to only dream. They always ask you, like, what language do you dream in?
Mm-hmm. If you can remember your dreams the next day.
You can remember your dreams. What language were you speaking? And it's usually in English.
Really?
Yeah. But lately, because I live in Spain and I've been living here for 13 years, I'm kind of switching to Spanish.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I still think in English all the time. I mean, I've had some dreams where I've woken up and I've said, I think I just dreamt in Spanish.
Yeah.
And I don't have to translate in my mind anymore, but I still, like, if I'm alone with my thoughts, I still always think in English. And I think because I learned Spanish when I was older. Lo hablo muy bien.
Yes. Your Spanish is the cutest thing in the world because you speak Spanish, Madrileño Spanish with all. Can you please tell the story about when you were
one?
The one.
Is it? Can we say it on air? The story.
I think so. The one of Me la suda.
I don't know. Are we allowed to say this on air? Yeah. Okay. Well, let's go for it.
It's a funny story. It's a funny story.
So when I first got here, I didn't understand what some of these expressions meant. So when I heard me la suda, I thought it was like, well, you just like, something doesn't bother you, just sweat it out.
Sí, o me da igual.
Yeah, like, te da igual, you know, me la pela, like you just take it off and you don't care anymore.
So it's like, me da igual.
Me da igual.
Would you like some more?
Yeah.
Would you like some more rice?
I remember that my mother-in-law was like, would you like some more tortilla? Sí, me la suda.
And that's what she responded to her mother-in-law.
But I would do that in work meetings. I didn't know that huevos were like a different type of, they weren't chicken eggs.
No. They
were different eggs.
Other kind of eggs.
And so when I would always say, esto cuesta un huevo, Like, I thought that maybe just eggs were like some kind of a prized object in Spain, you know? And so, but I didn't know that they were talking about something entirely different.
Yeah.
And so when I saw people's faces, you know, because like I was in these serious work environments and their faces would drop. And I was like, I think that,
because it's kind of, it's slang.
Yeah.
Sort of inappropriate.
Plus you see me all like dressed up and like presenting something. And then I'm like, no, esto costó 2 huevos. And people are like, what the hell is she saying?
Yeah, I think those stories.
But I've learned. And I think that's part of like learning a new language.
But your accent is also, in Spanish, is also nearly perfect.
Yeah, yeah. It's getting there. I still can't say the thetas. It's like, and my
but
kids.
It's the same as thinking.
I know. No, I can say it, but it just sounds weird to me. Because
I don't use it at all because I'm Latin. So
yeah.
I say hacer.
Hacer. No, me too.
I don't say
but I do say gracias.
Gracias.
And precioso, because precioso sounds weird for me.
Say the word piscina.
No, piscina. I say
piscina.
Piscina.
Piscina,
yeah.
Which sounds so much prettier.
I know. And my kids are like, Mom, why can't you say the theta? And I'm just like, because I learned like Mexican Spanish in high school. So for me, it's weird to be like, all of a sudden, I feel like it's inauthentic. What do you think? Authentic from Barcelona.
Well, I think my Spanish is Colombian, so I don't use la theta, but I find it sexy. I married a Spaniard, so I like it. I like it.
You married a very Spanish Spaniard, right? Talk to me about what is a very Spanish Spaniard.
Well, it depends because look, when I first got here, I like observing and I like cultures, and I've lived in Mexico City, I've lived in Sydney, I've lived in Miami, I've lived in Bogota. I spent time in a lot of places, and then I moved here. I moved here because I was in love with a Spaniard, and I had 3 little girls. So I didn't move here by choice. I didn't want to marry Spain. I wanted to marry, my husband. So at the beginning, since I was I was here kind of because I had to, I was negative about it.
Right.
So
you didn't have a choice, really.
Exactly. I didn't have a choice. I mean, I did, but I didn't. Yeah. It's because I fell in love with him.
Well, because your husband has a family company.
Has a family company, and he has to stay here. So at the beginning, I was just like, I was negative about it. And it's true. Now it's completely different. Now this is my favorite city, and this is my favorite country.
Do you see yourself going back to Miami or to Colombia?
No.
Really?
No, I don't. I'm working on getting my citizenship and everything.
Oh, you told me.
I already passed the exam.
Good for you.
And I'm going to tell you one of the questions in the exam.
Which was it?
¿Cuál es la lengua cooficial de las Islas Baleares?
Catalan.
Yeah.
I knew that one because I lived in Baleares for 10 years.
Yeah.
I'm practically Spanish already.
When I saw that question, I was like, my friend Linda, I get it.
So you knew that, you knew the answer because of me.
Like 10 years ago when I first started studying for that test, I didn't know anything.
Wait, you've been studying for that test for 10 years?
Yeah, then I stopped.
Okay. I'm like, is this a medical exam?
No. Then I stopped studying for it, and then I started again. But living here for 10 years has made me get the answers, not just by memorizing them.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
because you know them.
Things, yeah. Exactly. Like, I have a friend who's lived in Baleares and who's told me so I didn't have to learn. And then there were a bunch of questions like that. There were simple questions like, ¿cuáles son los ingredientes de la tortilla?
No, that's an actual question on the exam?
It is. But simple questions, and then there's questions about los diputados y los congresistas, and things that are a little more complicated if you've never heard these
about
words.
About politics.
But
you probably from Waco and all of your...
Yeah, from all my friends, and yeah. But, so where were we again? What were we talking about? My outlook on Madrid, right. and how everything changed. And then, so what is a Madrileño or a Spanish purebred?
What makes someone really Spanish, not just Spanish?
Well, to me, it's little details.
Like what?
Like the way they dress. And they all
How does a super Spanish person dress?
They wear chalecos.
Chaleco.
They like wearing chalecos.
You're the second person this week to talk to me about the chalecos.
Because do you remember Back to the Future? Do you remember when he arrived, like, in the past?
Yeah.
He was wearing one. And then the guy in the diner starts making fun of him because he thinks he's wearing a life vest.
Because he doesn't know what it is.
Well, here everyone's wearing a life vest. Everybody's wearing a life vest. And
does it matter if it's May, if it's April?
No, it doesn't matter.
It's December.
They worry about their lungs. their chest.
Oh, because you're always going to get constipado. Do you remember that?
Oh, and then there's that.
Yeah.
Constipado or costipado. Because with an N, it means you can't poop.
No.
And without an N, it means you have the sniffles.
No, I think it's the same word.
No, it's not.
Constipado?
Or costipado. It's not. Can you please, guys, can somebody tell us?
Nobody knows. I think nobody knows.
Constipado or costipado?
Maybe the listeners would
They're
know.
not listening
I think it's
to us.
all constipado.
No, it's different.
Constipado? I don't know. Maybe the listeners would know and they can write in and
But
tell
I
us.
do think there's a difference because, one is constipated.
One is a digestive issue.
A digestive issue, and the other one is a nose issue.
Yeah.
Ear, nose, and throat.
Well, luckily if you have a vest on, that won't happen.
You don't either.
You're immune to any type
of copado.
Resfriados. Let's just call them resfriados, colds.
So yeah, no, and they all dress very well. I like how they dress, but they all dress the same.
Even the women, they get really dressed up.
And they dress beautifully.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like in the U.S., if you just wear something a bit more glam than pajamas, like you're set. You're set for life.
No, here, La Madrileña has a lot of style and stuff. I like that.
Yeah, me too.
I think
because it makes you up your game too.
Yeah. So at the beginning, I was very negative about it, mostly because I guess I had to live here. But now I've completely fallen in love with the city, I also think the city has changed.
It's changed so much.
It's changed so much. Now you walk around, you hear different accents, you see different people, different colors and different chalecos and no chalecos. You see all kinds of
different colors of chalecos.
Different colors of chalecos, but they're usually like dark green,
brown,
maroon.
Yeah.
And those are the colors. But yeah, they, and you know what else? I think Spanish men have more hair than American men. Like on their head.
Really?
Yes. Next time you go to a restaurant.
But no, there's actually a statistic that I read the other day on Instagram, which I don't know if it's true or not, that said that Spain is the baldest country in the world.
No, that's impossible.
Really?
It's impossible.
Well, because your husband has like long hair.
Yeah, but it has to be, Latin countries have more bald people. Yes.
Wow.
Bald men.
Maybe. I mean, maybe in Spain they have like more luscious locks than Americans.
And they all like part it to the side.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wish I had kind of Spanish women's hair. You have
pretty hair.
Thanks. But it's very giddy hair.
Because it's blonde?
Giddy hair. Yeah, it's blonde. It's straight. I would love to have like super curly.
Do you know people go to the beauty salon
to get blonde hair?
To buy your hair?
That's true. But everybody always wants what they don't have.
That is true. That is true.
So back to Spaniard. So like a super Spaniard. Okay, so they dress well. They have hair.
Yes, they have hair.
Okay.
And they don't wear sneakers unless they're going to train.
That's true. Well, although some sneakers,
Now it's changing.
Yeah, but they're always like nice sneakers. They're not like beat up Nikes, that were.
Yeah, and and then there's the rules. Like for example, you can never have rice or paella or any of that at night.
And also, Val, I remember you told me one time, how are you supposed to use your eating utensils for certain foods? Because that's something that you taught me that they taught you.
Well, they corrected me in front of a whole table of people. One specific person. It was croquetas or tortilla? Do you remember?
It was croquetas.
It was croquetas. They put a croqueta on my plate, and it was like a big croqueta. It was like a thick, chunky, gordita croqueta, and I grabbed a knife, but it wasn't a sharp knife.
No, like a butter knife.
Like a butter knife to kind of open it a little bit, and I was told that that's not the way, that you cannot use a knife when eating a croqueta. Which is fine. According to the purebred Spaniards that were at the table.
Okay.
And I was like, well, I didn't know that. And also, it happened twice. The first time it happened, I was like, oh, okay. And then I put my knife back. And then the second time I was like, okay, fine. You don't do it, but I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
I'll
eat the way I want to eat.
Yeah. But I do like, los modales. And I do like that. I do think that that's something that I appreciate.
Yeah.
But I also don't think it's the all correct only way to do things.
Yeah, like you can use a knife if you want to.
If you need to. Or maybe because in my case, I'm not that coordinated.
Right.
So I need help.
Right.
Right. So that's it.
For me, it's like when I see people eat a pizza with a knife and fork.
That's
like, that's weird for me. No, it's just weird for me because in the U.S. we just eat it with our hands.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, in Miami too?
Yes. And a burger too.
Yeah. Do people eat a burger with a knife and fork?
Well, I mean, some people.
Do you ever see that Seinfeld episode where he eats a Snickers bar with a knife and fork?
Listen, how do you eat a Philly cheesesteak?
You eat it and it winds up all over your shirt.
With your hands.
With your hands, of course, with your hands.
And with a lot of napkins.
A ton of napkins. And it is the most delicious thing. The thing is, you can't eat for like 3 days after that because you've consumed calories for...
And it's steak with cheese?
It's like, yeah, it's a steak. It's like cut up and then it's got cheese, but it's not even like real cheese. It's just like that kind of like artificial canned type cheese. It's delicious. But you have to have it on the roll. And I think they're called Amoroso rolls. It's like a bakery from Philly.
Okay.
So that's where your husband makes the best cheesesteak, but he doesn't have access to the actual rolls.
He doesn't.
So when I come back in July from Philadelphia, I'm going to bring him a pack of rolls.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah. So he can make an authentic one.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So yeah, that's it. I've fallen in love with Madrid. Madrid has changed for the better. And I, being an immigrant, because I used to use the word expat, but now I use the word immigrant.
Immigrant. Okay.
I like it better.
Well, then I'm an immigrant too.
Yes, we are immigrants.
Well, let's talk about being an immigrant a little bit more after this break. So you can hear us on iVox, Spotify, and Apple. And tune in every Saturday afternoon. We'll be right back with more immigrant stories.
Estás escuchando Vaughan Radio.
Este verano, ¿quieres que tus hijos se diviertan, vivan 1000 aventuras y además ganen fluidez en inglés, rodeados de naturaleza y con los mejores monitores angloparlantes Vaughan? Tráelos a nuestro Vaughan Summer Camps. Hay 4 ubicaciones diferentes para que elijas tu mejor opción, con cabañas, actividades acuáticas, multiaventura, nuevos amigos y entornos increíbles donde aprenderán a resolver situaciones cotidianas en inglés sin darse cuenta. Más de 3000 niños viven nuestras inmersiones cada año. Encuentra tu mejor Summer Camp sin salir de España, ahora también en la playa. Llámanos al 917001199 y contrata tu mejor camp.
Come to learn with us at Vaughan.
¿Te apuntas? El inglés que necesitas ahora por mucho menos. Llega al outlet de Vaughan con libros y cursos de autoestudio que siguen más vigente que nunca.
Objetivo Inglés, Vaughan Certified completo, Speak English Now e Inglés en 10 pasos.
Además, libros desde €1.
Novelas con audio desde $3.50.
Libros infantiles desde €3.
Y mucho más.
Entra en vaughantienda.com.
Vaughan Outlet, aprende más,
pagando menos hasta agotar existencias.
Who's ready for our upcoming trivia night?
Ready to rock, Daddy.
Do you have the info?
Sure, it's Tuesday, June 2nd, at the Toast Tap Room, at 8 p.m., hosted by you.
Nos vemos el martes 2 de junio a las 8 de la tarde para el próximo Vaughan Trivia Night.
Be there, be square, amigos.
¿Quieres aprender inglés a tu propio ritmo y según tu horario? En Vaughan tenemos la solución perfecta para ti. Con las clases particulares online de Vaughan, disfrutarás de la máxima flexibilidad en tu aprendizaje del inglés. Tú eliges. ¿Prefieres centrarte en la conversación o en la gramática? No hay ningún problema. Con Vaughan puedes seleccionar la modalidad que más te convenga. Y no solo eso, sino que también tienes completa libertad para elegir el día, la hora y la duración de tus clases. ¿Solo tienes 25 minutos? Perfecto. En Vaughan nos adaptamos a ti. Visita grupovaughan.com hoy mismo y descubre cómo nuestras clases particulares pueden transformar tu forma de aprender inglés. Flexibilidad y calidad en la enseñanza del inglés a tu medida.
Una semana en un lugar apartado.
Nativos angloparlantes de todas partes del mundo, uno por cada estudiante.
Terminantemente prohibido hablar en español.
Actividades organizadas y conversaciones en inglés a todas horas. No exageramos.
Aquí o hablas inglés o hablas inglés.
Y da igual las veces que te lo contemos.
Hasta que no lo vivas no sabrás que Vaughan Town te va a quitar el miedo al inglés para siempre.
Lo que pasa en Vaughan Town no se puede contar.
Tienes que vivirlo.
Ven a Vaughan Town.
Más información, grupovaughan.com.
¿Quieres aprender inglés de verdad? Únete a Vaughan Groups. Clases en grupo divertidas y eficaces. Más de 4000 alumnos nos eligen cada año. Entra en grupovaughan.com.
En Vaughan sabemos que el éxito empresarial se nutre del dominio de múltiples idiomas. Por eso, ofrecemos cursos no solo en inglés, sino también en francés, portugués, italiano y alemán, entre otros. Visita grupovaughan.com o llama al 91 108 3488 y comienza a transformar el futuro de tu empresa hoy.
Encuentra todos los libros de nuestros presentadores de radio en las tiendas Vaughan o en vaughantienda.com.
Vaughan Radio.
You're listening to Vaughan Radio.
Tune in every day.
Vaughan Radio.
Hi, everybody. We're back. And so we're back with Tell Me Your Story. And today we're with Valery Salazar, my dear friend who is from Miami, originally from Colombia. She's been here for about 13 years. And we were just talking about what's the difference between being an immigrant and being an expat. Val, which one do you identify with?
Well, listen, I used to always say expat because because my old patria is my ex, because I'm no longer there. But then I realized that it has a connotation of people who get brought from like companies and stuff. And it could have a temporary connotation.
Right. Like you're just here in passing.
And so, I now think I am an immigrant. Well, no, I know I am an immigrant. And also there was I read the other day that there is a difference in levels of, because if you're an expat, you were brought by your company. So there's a level.
Right. Like a higher level.
Like a higher level. And an immigrant, it could be someone that arrived in a boat.
Right. Well, normally by now it's by plane.
Or it depends. In Miami, they arrive by boat.
Oh, really?
But.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
But okay. So I decided that I'm not an expat. I wasn't brought here by a company. My level isn't, because I wasn't brought here for anything other than love. So
That's beautiful.
I am an immigrant. I immigrated or I migrated.
Emigrated?
No, emigrate. To immigrate is when you come in.
Right. So you emigrate from one place to the other, right?
Yeah. Emigration is when you leave.
Right.
Emigración. But I don't know if that's emigrar or immigrar. Anyway, but
So you're here.
I'm here. Exactly.
We're here.
We're both immigrants.
Yeah, totally.
And my family were immigrants too, because they were born in Colombia, but they both lived in Miami, Florida. And if we go back in time, I think everybody has migrated at some point.
Totally. So I'd be like a double immigrant, because my family went from Europe to the United States 150 years ago. And then I came back to Europe.
You came back to Europe. And where was your family originally from?
So they were from Ireland, Italy, and Germany. I think a little bit from Germany, yeah. But I did a DNA test, which, listeners, if you have not done this yet, it is a lot of fun.
I haven't done it.
Because it's tons of surprises. I found out, I thought I was more, I thought it was just those three things, and I found out that I was actually more Scottish than I am Irish.
Okay.
And then I found out I was French.
Well, do you like beer?
I like everything.
That's true.
Next time we should bring a beer here.
We should totally bring a beer, except, I don't know the time. I can't have a beer before noon, you see?
Well,
it's the rules.
Yeah, well, it's afternoon now. It's afternoon. I mean, yeah, but...
Oh, you know what? Speaking of Madrid and its wonders, una caña.
I know.
With some potato chips or some olives.
Oh, my God.
God bless Madrid.
And I like those Kiko things, too.
God bless Madrid.
I know. I love Mao, Cinco Estrellas.
So do I.
That's great. And then the wine here.
Seriously, people.
It is. I don't think I can leave Spain because of wine, beer, and Zara.
I agree.
Those are the three things keeping me here.
No, but, seriously, the whole caña thing, because you can have una caña, which is not even that big.
Yeah.
And have una, ¿cómo le dicen? ¿Una tapa? No, it's not a tapa. It's,
¿Aperitivo?
El aperitivo.
Yeah.
And then walk on.
Yeah.
Keep on walking.
I love it.
And your day gets a little bit better.
And no one's fat here. Not like,
no, Linda, of course there's people that are fat.
Can we talk about this?
Just not obese.
Yeah. Well, you have some chubby people, but it's not like in the U.S. when you see morbidly obese people on scooters all the time.
Yeah.
You know, and I think like that's, and they eat
sad.
here.
It's very sad.
It is very sad. I mean, that's got to be a horrible way.
Well, you know, the other day I was watching a TV show called The Blue Zones.
Oh yeah, I have that book.
Yeah, The Blue Zones, and some of the places, what they have in common is the Mediterranean diet and a lot of movement.
Yeah.
And what do Spanish
right?
people do? They walk everywhere. They walk and walk and walk. In the U.S., people don't walk unless you're in New York City, and that's it.
Yeah. No, that's true. That's true. They walk a lot.
So there's a lot of movement. There's a lot of nutritious food. There's a lot of freshness.
And a lot of fish, too.
A lot of fish. A lot of freshness in what they eat, vegetables, whatnot. Where we come from,
it's more processed.
That's not the case.
What's your favorite Spanish dish?
Man, I don't know. I'm going to answer you, but it's hard because I like, oh my goodness. I like tortilla patata, but I don't like it that much. I don't like paella. It's not my thing.
No, I don't really either.
It's not my thing.
Especially when it's got all the seafood. Because I'm not a big seafood fan. It's because there's like antenna in it.
Yeah.
Antennae?
No, antenna.
Because if it's a plural of antenna, would it be antennae?
No.
I feel like we need an English teacher.
Antennas. With just an S.
Antennas.
Okay. No, I don't like paella that much. I think I'm into the fish.
Yeah. What's your favorite fish?
Lubina.
Me too.
It's delicious.
Me too.
And we don't have it over there. I mean, we do, but it's really, really, it's hard to find.
And like when you eat it, you feel kind of light afterwards. Like you don't, like if I eat a big paella, I feel kind of like I need to take a nap.
And then you know what else is really good here in Spain versus the U.S.? Tomatoes.
Oh, well, we have good tomatoes in Philly because we have them from New Jersey.
I've never been to Philly.
Well, you're going to try a tomato after your Philly cheesesteak, if there's any space left in your stomach. Try a New Jersey tomato.
Tomatoes in Spain are amazing. And I'm into...
You know what I love? Huevos revueltos. No, ¿cómo se llama este plato? Huevos rotos with like chorizo or sobrasada.
Yeah, that's delicious.
Isn't it amazing?
That's delicious. And I also like gazpacho.
Oh, I love it.
Like cold gazpacho.
I love it.
I love it.
Can I tell you my new favorite thing that I've discovered?
What is your new favorite thing, Linda?
It's called Hildas. Hildas.
Yes, Hildas. Of course.
And so I didn't...
Do you like it with anchoas or with boquerones?
I like it... No, I don't like boquerones. I like it with anchoas.
Okay.
Anchovies.
Anchovies
in English. I love it. And if you want to talk about something that combines great with a caña, it's a Hilda. Hilda.
Yeah.
Like Hilda, like the name.
Yeah.
Hilda, right?
Yeah.
I wonder how did they name those? Like, how do you see an anchovy and an olive and you're like, I'm going to call this Hilda? I wonder where that name came about.
No, probably, I don't have no idea, but, you know, probably a lady that put it together in a little toothpick. Her name was Hilda. Who knows? We'll never know.
We'll never know. But I really like them. So
yeah?
next time I see you,
I'm not much of an olive person.
Really?
I don't like it. My husband loves them. And do you remember that TV show called How I Met Your Mother?
Yes.
So there was Barney had like the olive theory. So it was like if you love olives, marry someone who doesn't like them.
Why?
So then when the olives come...
Oh, you don't have to share.
You don't have to share.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good theory.
So I married someone who loves them and I don't like them. So I always give them to him.
Oh, I like that.
It's cute.
Yeah. No, I love olives. So I like the huevos rotos. And I'm not a big dessert fan. I think, the U.S. does better desserts.
I think so too.
Than Spain.
I think the U.S. has better desserts than Spain, even though the cheesecake... There's certain cheesecakes here that if you don't compare them to cheesecake in the United States, so it's tarta de queso.
Yeah, but it's like a real cheese. Like it's not Philly cream cheese. It's like something stronger.
Exactly.
I love those too, though.
I love them. And that is something that you only find here. It's tarta de queso. So what I try to explain to my friends who come to visit is it's not cheesecake. It's tarta de queso.
Yeah.
It's a totally different story.
Yeah. I mean, same name, different thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. Desserts, not so much.
No, but just eating here in general is great.
Oh, yes, it is.
It's awesome. And like I said, you can eat everything and you don't, get big because I feel like the food is fresher.
It's fresher.
Yeah, better quality.
Yeah, less conserved.
Yeah.
Okay, what is it?
Conservantes?
Conservatives.
Preservatives.
No, preservatives.
No, but
a preservative is something else.
No, but
I do not want to eat something with un preservativo.
I don't think you digest that very well.
No,
but
then you get
no. But I honestly think it's preservatives for food in the United States and conservantes for food in Spain.
I agree.
No, I mean we have to figure out that and the constipado thing later.
And
so
why are Hildas called Hildas?
Why are Hildas called Hildas? That's for another episode. You have to come back. We got to clear up all these doubts.
I'll come back.
So V, so tell me, what is it like raising 3 little girls in Madrid?
In Madrid.
Yeah.
I think it's better.
Yeah.
I am more comfortable having their childhood and preteen and teen. I want them to grow up here. I find it safer.
It's safer for sure.
I find it safer, and I find that people here value childhood more. La niñez, la infancia.
Yeah.
More than in the U.S. Kids tend to grow up faster.
In the U.S., you think?
In the U.S., yeah.
Yeah.
I like it here.
Yeah.
I really do. One of the reasons why I wouldn't go back is
the safety
and their childhood.
Yeah. Oh,
I like that they're growing up here. Now, there's a lot of things that at the beginning were culture shocks, like the schedule, el horario.
No, that's something I still cannot get used to.
It was crazy at the beginning. You know, my little ones, when they were babies, I would put them to bed at 8 or 7:30, and some of my friends and stuff would be like, "Pero cómo?"
Yeah.
You know, and I'd be like, I cannot have my kid at a restaurant at 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
I cannot.
Yeah.
But I think that once you get into the rhythm, schools in the U.S. also start at 7.
Yeah, my homeroom started at 7:30.
Exactly. Here, school starts at 9.
Which I like better because I feel like it gives the kids like a better chance to have rest. You know, like you're not. I used to wake up at 6:30 in the morning. My bus would pick me up at 7:10.
So did I.
It's crazy, you know.
It's crazy. So I think that this whole the scheduling and everything is later. Because I always explain that it's 2 hours later. Anything that happens in the U.S. or Colombia or the Americas at 7, here it happens at 9.
That's true. And then like a primetime TV, like in the U.S. would be 9.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And here it's like 11.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That 2 hour rule, I like it.
That 2 hours. I mean, I think it's 2 hours later. School starts over there around 7:30. Here it starts around 9:15.
Yeah.
Kids get out of there at 2:45. Here they get out at 4:45.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think everything is 2 hours later. But at first, when I had babies, I found it to be I didn't like it.
Yeah.
But now that they're a little bit older, I'm enjoying it.
Well, I couldn't understand how the Spaniards ate dinner so late. And I still can't.
And then they go straight to bed.
Yeah. So I don't think they sleep very much. You know, I think I read one time that it's a country that doesn't sleep many hours.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, because like on Wednesday night, right? Like tonight, let's say we're going to meet for dinner. We would meet at 9:30 at the restaurant.
Yeah.
You know, and then by the time everybody gets there, that's always token people that get there late. You order your food and then you're still
you're home by
eating.
1.
Yeah, it's 1 o'clock. But then by the time you take your makeup off, you get to bed, you're sleeping at 1:30. And then I wake up at 7:30.
So do I.
You know, so it's not enough hours.
Yep.
You know, but I don't know.
I think, but it works for them.
No, it does. It does. And they're healthy. They live longer than the United States. So, you know, so I'm like, maybe we should adapt more.
I think so. I'm not too, I used to find it used to make me uncomfortable. It doesn't anymore.
Yeah. You've gotten used to it.
I've gotten used to it. Yeah. And also in the summer, it's easier.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it's light out.
The summer makes more sense, though, because you don't have school the next day.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to drive the kids to school. So.
Yeah.
So you have your 3 little girls.
And they're growing up here, and one of them plays soccer, and she's great, and the other one likes to dance.
Are there a lot of Spanish girls on the soccer team?
All of them.
Really?
Yeah, except for like 2 or 3 that are American.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a soccer team. It's a Spanish soccer team, and they're great. They're wonderful.
See, I love that they're playing soccer. That girls play soccer too.
Yeah, it's not that common.
That's what I was going to say, because in the U.S. it is.
In the U.S., it's a female sport.
Yeah. I mean, I played soccer when I was in high school, believe it or not.
No, I believe you.
No, you don't believe me. Really?
I don't see it. Do you have a picture?
I do. I'll show you a picture later. I have photo evidence. But yeah, I did play soccer. We played terribly. Like we had no idea what we were doing, really.
No. My little girl plays well. Yesterday there was a tournament at the school. She doesn't play for the school, but because she plays at a club outside of the school, they invited her to play and represent the school. And she scored a goal.
Did she really?
Yeah, and everybody went crazy.
What position does she play?
I don't know.
Or they rotate probably when they're that young.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I don't know that much about soccer.
Yeah.
I don't. So
really? You've been here for 13 years and you don't know that much about soccer?
No, and I'm Colombian, but no, I don't.
I would ask if you have a favorite team, but I don't want to upset any of our friends in the football industry.
No, but I'm going to answer that question. When I get asked, because here the question is, what team are you from?
Right.
De qué equipo eres?
Yeah.
And I always say, de Colombia.
That way you don't ruffle anyone's feathers here.
Or I'll say like, I'm from Barranquilla and the team is El Junior de Barranquilla, so I'll say that.
So no one can say anything.
No one can say anything. But really, I like both teams and I live in this city. So the team that has the word Madrid in it, I'm good. I'm good.
Any team from Madrid. Right?
That's no, obviously. And if they play against each other, there's one that I want to win.
But you just keep it to yourself.
More than the other, but I won't say it.
Plus you probably can't say it in your house.
No, I can't.
Oh, I think I can. I know which one that is. It's the same one as me.
Yeah, because our heart is somewhere.
Yeah.
And our family is somewhere.
Definitely. Definitely. It's for a certain team in particular. But that's a good idea. So I think when people ask me, what team are you from? ¿Qué equipo eres?
Say the
Philadelphia Union. I think that's what they're called.
But you could just say...
Because remember, we don't really have like big soccer teams in the U.S.
That's
and the biggest one's the Miami one now.
Inter de Miami.
Inter de Miami.
But that's because of Beckham.
And Messi, right?
I would be at any team that that's my team.
Well, because is Beckham your secret crush?
Yeah.
Really?
It's not that secret. I'm telling whoever.
That's true. You're on radio saying it.
That's my crush.
Gonzalo probably knows that. You've probably told him.
And it's probably his crush too. I mean, if you think
his
about
male
it.
crush.
Of course. David Beckham.
Everybody loves David Beckham.
Everybody loves. Spend it like Beckham. But anyway, soccer is something that I only fall in love and feel passionately about soccer or football in the World Cup.
In the World Cup. Oh, that's coming up. And you know that they're going to be playing in Philadelphia.
Oh my God, everything always goes back to
Everything.
Philadelphia.
And the 4th of July, the day of Independencia, Independence Day.
El Día de la Independencia de Estados Unidos.
Sí, which is the 4th of July.
Yes.
They will be playing in Philadelphia. We don't know who yet. I don't know because I guess it's like they have to be eliminated, right?
Yeah.
Is the U.S. in the World Cup, right?
Yes.
Okay. Because I never know. I just kind of show up last minute and pretend like I do know.
Yeah.
But
I love the World Cup.
Really?
The World Cup brings out the soccer in me.
Really?
I follow it. I write down and then who's going to play who. And Colombia usually, participates in like the first round or the second round, and then that's it.
Really, like the U.S. too, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how far we get.
Yeah.
But then you got to go for Spain.
You got to go for Spain. No. I'm going to go for Spain no matter what.
The final's being played in New York.
Yeah.
Which is right next to Philadelphia. So I could take a train there and go see it. But, I don't know if I'm going to do that. Sometimes it's even better just to watch it on TV. Is it just me, or is it better just to watch it, like, in your pajamas on your sofa?
Well, the thing is that here, the scheduling is going to be different because...
6 hours behind.
So here's going to be in the morning.
No, really?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, maybe if it was like...
Or
in
the afternoon. Late at night.
No, really?
Yeah, because it's 6 hours later. So let's say, for example, it's a game is at noon.
True.
It's going to be at 6 o'clock in the afternoon. But if it's at 6 o'clock at night in the afternoon, then it's at midnight.
Well, I guess they'll contemplate all those time zones, right?
Yeah, because it's a 6 hour difference, more or less.
Yeah. That'd be fun to do a World Cup party.
Oh my God. And you have
That's something you do. Valerie does the most fun thematic parties ever. Tell them about your last party that you did. Every year you do a birthday party with a different theme.
I do. And like a few years ago, you had to come dressed interpreting the letter V.
I came as a Viking.
Because my name is Valerie. So I had viudas, Vikings, videntes.
Tell the best one. Tell the best one.
I can't.
Can we? Can we say something that's inappropriate?
I had a friend who came dressed up as a vagina. And then another one that came dressed as Viagra. And then another one that came dressed as vino, or visitor, vestido verde. So you just had to interpret the letter V whichever way you wanted. It was very, very funny. And then I gave a prize. I gave a bottle of vino to a friend who came dressed as a vibrator.
Yanis.
And he vibrated the whole night.
I remember he kept jumping around.
He kept jumping up and down. It was very funny. That was a good party. And then last year I had a party. You had to come dressed as a musician, a rock star or whatever. You came dressed as Gwen Stefani and you looked beautiful.
Oh, that was fun.
That was beautiful.
That was
so
fun.
Beautiful.
I got that outfit at Bershka.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
It was so beautiful. You look so pretty.
Oh, thanks.
And then I've also had pajama parties.
Oh, that was. Oh, wait, no. Tell about the other party. What was it called?
Corroncha.
Yes. Okay.
Tell
me about that word, corroncha.
Okay, so corroncha is a word that is used in Colombia, mostly in the coast, and it means hortera.
Trashy.
In Venezuela.
It's grasa?
Grasa is in Argentinian.
Oh, okay.
Naco is in Mexican.
Okay.
Hortera or choni is in...
Choni, that's right.
Choni in Spanish, in Spain. And corroncha in the coast of Colombia. So I had a party where you had to come dressed like that. And you can imagine the outfits. And some of the people.
That was one of the best nights ever.
And some of the people came dressed a little...
And then you put like a fire pit. Remember you had like a...
And then I had a fire pit, but it was like you know those tanks? Like those... I don't know what
it was
they're
a
called.
barrel, like
it was
a
barrel,
a barril,
right?
A
barril, and I cut it out and I put a fire pit in there, and then all the cups were like plastic Solo red cups, and they were playing beer pong.
And there's a lot of mullets.
And there was a lot of mullet.
How would you explain mullet in Spanish?
Oh, it's very easy. No, I'm going to explain it in English.
Okay.
And then you do the Spanish. A mullet is a haircut where it's business in the front, party in the back.
So business in the front. So it's short in the front and then it's long in the back.
Yes.
So when you approach someone,
you never know what you're going to get. You never know. Business in the front, party in the back.
Party in the back. So we had a lot of those at your party.
We did.
Yeah, that was fun. And then the last one was, then you had the pajama party. I had fun there too.
It was fun.
Yeah, that's always fun.
I like throwing parties. I've been throwing parties my whole life.
Oh, I'm going to do Halloween this year and it's going to be bigger and badder than ever.
I can imagine. Oh my goodness. You remember when you dressed up as Taylor Swift?
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
That was fun. That was a lot of fun.
Gorgeous.
That was fun. My daughters actually made me dress as Taylor Swift that year.
That's cute.
I know. Cute. But I love a party. I love a good party. And
Isn't Taylor Swift, how come you have not mentioned that Taylor Swift is from?
Because you said it from the beginning. She's from the outside of Philadelphia, the Bucks County, I think, greater Philadelphia area. Just like Kevin Hart.
What is he doing so short?
I know, but he's like the biggest comedian
awesome.
now. I'm watching his show on Netflix called Funny AF.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. You have to watch it. But we have a lot of celebrities from Philadelphia, and I'm from Philadelphia. So every Saturday, please tune in. Please listen to me as I talk to my friends, and they tell us fun stories in English, how they learned English, how they adapted here, and funny anecdotes along the way. So, Valerie, thank you so much for being with me today. I had a great time, as always, with you.
Yes.
And I hope you come back and we can clear up some of those linguistic doubts that we have about Hilda's, constipado. What was the other one?
I think you were right. I think it's just always with an N.
I think you're right, too. Well, listen, thank you for joining me today, and tune in for next week when I speak to my friend, Linda. She's got the same name as me, and a totally different story. We're going to have a great time. Thanks for listening.
Vaughan Radio Madrid 100.4 FM.
El inglés que necesitas ahora por mucho menos. Llega al outlet de Vaughan con libros y cursos de autoestudio que siguen más vigente que nunca.
Objetivo Inglés, Vaughan Certified completo, Speak English Now e Inglés en 10 pasos.
Además, libros desde €1.
Novelas con audio desde $3.50.
Libros infantiles desde €3.
Y mucho más.
Entra en vaughantienda.com.
Vaughan Outlet, aprende más,
pagando menos, hasta agotar existencias.
Y ahora puedes contratar Master Plus, todo lo que incluye el Executive Master más 5 meses de formación individual one-to-one online, con total flexibilidad horaria. Más información en grupovaughan.com/master.
¿Quieres aprender inglés a tu propio ritmo y según tu horario? En Vaughan tenemos la solución perfecta para ti. Con las clases particulares online de Vaughan, disfrutarás de la máxima flexibilidad en tu aprendizaje del inglés. Tú eliges. ¿Prefieres centrarte en la conversación o en la gramática? No hay ningún problema. Con Vaughan puedes seleccionar la modalidad que más te convenga. Y no solo eso, sino que también tienes completa libertad para elegir el día, la hora y la duración de tus clases. ¿Solo tienes 25 minutos? Perfecto. En Vaughan nos adaptamos a ti. Visita grupovaughan.com hoy mismo y descubre cómo nuestras clases particulares pueden transformar tu forma de aprender inglés. Flexibilidad y calidad en la enseñanza del inglés a tu medida.
Estas vacaciones, haz un viaje para tu inglés. Con los cursos intensivos semanales de Vaughan, mejora tu inglés durante cualquier periodo vacacional. Navidad, Semana Santa, verano, tú decides cuándo. una semana para mejorar tu fluidez. Gana confianza al hablar. Aprovecha tu tiempo libre al máximo. Y lo mejor es que puedes reservar tu curso desde ya para asegurarte tu plaza en el momento que prefieras. No dejes pasar la oportunidad de avanzar en tu inglés estas vacaciones. Entra en grupovaughan.com/intensivos y contrata tu semana intensiva hoy mismo, porque tu inglés también merece unas vacaciones.
¿Buscas el impulso definitivo para tu inglés profesional? Con Master Plus de Vaughan lo tienes todo. 5 meses de clases intensivas en grupo con el Executive Master, más 5 meses adicionales de clases individuales one-to-one online, donde tú eliges el horario, el ritmo y el enfoque, gramática, conversación o lo que necesites. Master Plus es flexibilidad real para alcanzar fluidez profesional. Descúbrelo en grupovaughan.com/master.
¿Quieres mejorar tu inglés sin complicaciones? Vaughan Inglés 4.0 es el curso de inglés más completo en formato audio, con casi 600 clases desde cero hasta nivel avanzado. Paso a paso, donde y cuando quieras. Claro, práctico y eficaz. Gramática, vocabulario, pronunciación y sobre todo, resultados. Busca nuestro podcast Vaughan Inglés 4.0 en iVoox.
¿Sabías que cada año más de 3.000 niños y niñas viven un verano increíble, lleno de aventuras y en inglés con Vaughan? ¿Conoces los summer camps? Espeleología, paddle surf, natación, multiaventura, cabañas y todo en inglés, sin clase. Gracias a nuestros monitores certificados y angloparlantes Vaughan. Este año puedes elegir playa o montaña, para que tus hijos vivan su mejor verano y sin salir de España. No te quedes sin plaza. Llámanos al 91 711 99 y encuentra su mejor camp. A summer to remember.
Escúchanos en cualquier momento y en cualquier lugar. Descarga la app de Vaughan Radio.
Listening. Esto lo que oyes.
To Vaughan Radio. Listening to Vaughan Radio.
Learning English. Learning English. Desde 1977, Vaughan ha estado a la vanguardia en la enseñanza de idiomas. Ahora damos un paso más con Speak Pro, nuestra herramienta impulsada por inteligencia artificial. Habla inglés con confianza, mejora tu pronunciación y avanza rápidamente con el análisis detallado que solo Speak Pro puede ofrecer. Pruébalo gratis hoy. Descubre el futuro del aprendizaje de idiomas en speakpro.es.
Hemos escuchado el movimiento número 12 de John Tunes. Esta tarde tendrá lugar en el Auditorio Nacional una sinfonía del compositor Richard Higgins.
No te líes. Lo mejorcito para aprender inglés lo tienes en Vaughan. Tenemos una amplia variedad de cursos para todos los niveles, todos los horarios, todas las edades y todos los bolsillos. 91-133-5833 o grupovaughan.com. Una semana en un lugar apartado.
Nativos angloparlantes de todas partes del mundo, uno por cada estudiante.
Terminantemente prohibido hablar en español.
Actividades organizadas y conversaciones en inglés a todas horas. No exageramos.
Aquí o hablas inglés o hablas inglés.
Y da igual las veces que te lo contemos.
Hasta que no lo vivas no sabrás que Vaughan Town te va a quitar el miedo al inglés para siempre.
Lo que pasa en Vaughan Town no se puede contar.
Tienes que vivirlo.
Ven a Vaughan Town.
Más información grupovaughan.com.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's me, Richard Vaughan. I'm here to Richard Vaughan, or Richard Vaughan. De Texas a España es el título. From Texas to Spain, yes, sir. I came here at the age of 20 as a student. And then I returned at age 22 after finishing my degree. And I needed to make a living. Hay que ganarse la vida, ¿no? I needed to make a living. And so I started teaching English. Easy. But from there, to start teaching English to creating a little empire with English is not so easy, but it's very interesting.